Welcome, everyone.
Special episode.
Bonus set.
Bonus set.
NYC.
The New York episode.
NYC. So this episode, we're going to talk about my little adventure.
Yeah, so Deck had a little John for his good lady's birthday to New York.
Yeah, it was for her birthday, but I mean, it was me that wanted to go there, not her.
That was out when I booked tickets to Paris to watch Stone Roses for my missus' birthday.
I don't know. I've always wanted to go. I've never been to America, so I really wanted to go to America, and I really wanted to go to New York.
Yeah,
and I really wanted to love it. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it or anything.
Yeah,
just I don't know. I didn't love it or I didn't dislike it. I thought it was good, but
yeah. Is it? Because I've never been. Was it what you expected? Is it like sort of in the films, or is it just like Manchester with yellow cabs?
I personally thought it was the same as London.
Did you?
I just thought anything that I could do in London, I could do in New York, or vice versa. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I've been to a lot of other European cities that I thought were just as good, and I don't have to be on a flight for 7 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'll start with the flight. Flight was all right. We had a bit of a medical emergency halfway through. We had to turn back and had a little stop in Ireland for a bit. Made the flight 13 hours, but it was a bit of a nightmare because I sort of had breakfast in the morning and we were flying at 1. So normally you get on the plane and an hour or so in, they serve your food. So an hour or so in, this medical emergency kicks off. I hope the poor fella's all right, but yeah, it all kicked off, and so they didn't serve anything. And then by the time they went back to Ireland, and they're not going to serve food around like a medical emergency. We're halfway, like, we're a couple hours over the Atlantic, and then we turn back and go to Ireland, and we stopped in Shannon. And then obviously you sat there and they had to de-ice the wings and everything. And then by the time you get back up in the air, you've been on there for, I think it was 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. You've been on there for 6-7 hours already. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, I'd ate at 8 o'clock that morning.
I'm wasting away.
I'm thinking, I tell you what.
There's going to be nothing left of me in New York.
They brought a little snack round just to tide everyone over.
Only half of me's going to see New York.
I tell you, I thought, bloody hell. And then they couldn't bring round a full hot meal because everything got cooked in Manchester. It's been sat there for 7 hours. Yeah. So yeah, the flight took a bit longer. I think it was about 12-13 hours in the end. Right. But again, I'm not too bothered about a long flight as long as I'm prepared for it. I wasn't really prepared for that long, but well, it is what it is, and you can't really. It's a medical emergency. There's nothing you can really do. So we got there a bit later than planned. And my first night, I was supposed to go to Cat's Deli. That was on my itinerary. Yeah. But with us getting there, I think we landed in like New York time was 8 o'clock, 8:30 New York time. So we got through all the security, and by the time you actually get to your hotel and checked in, it was gone. It was gone 10 o'clock. I think it was like 10:30 New York time, which is 5 hours behind. Yeah, so you know, in the UK it would have been like 4 in the morning, something like that. Yeah. 3-4 in the morning. So round the corner from our hotel was one of the restaurants I wanted to go, and it's more of a quick one, was Los Tacos. Right, okay. So they do like authentic Mexican tacos in New York. Yeah. So I had the chicken and I had steak because I think they ran out of the al pastor. Right. And it comes as corn tortilla. I think you can choose. You can have white or corn. Okay. Meat on the green sort of taco sauce, and then fresh salsa, and then a bit of hot sauce and stuff on it. Right. I'd take on a bit of coriander. Tell you what, really, really good. Yeah. Well, really impressed. Again, I think I could do similar at home. I couldn't do it on the volume that they do. Yeah. It was unbelievable, like watching them work. It was unbelievable. But again, it's that's what I was saying about on the other episode about having a taco press. It sort of inspired me again to want to do my own. Yeah. Because
they seem once you've made,
it's quite simple ingredients.
Yeah, I know. Once you've made it, it's just flatten it. It's just in a pan and it's done.
And again, like they were barbecuing the meats and stuff again. So for me, that's what I would do anyway. Yeah. When I cook tacos at home, I'll do my Mexican spices and I'll do it like that. Yeah. So it was quite similar to what I would do, but on that scale is pretty impressive because they were queuing down the street. Yeah, yeah. And that's at 10 o'clock. It closed at 11 and there was people still queuing up, but gone past 11. So Yeah, we had, I think we had 3 tacos each, and it was nothing, like about $20, something like that, for 6 tacos, something like that, 5 tacos. It was really good. It was well worth a visit.
Yeah. So
next morning, obviously, I'm up for breakfast, and round the corner again, because we were just by Times Square, round the corner again was something called Liberty Bagels.
Okay.
And they do all like different types of bagels, all bagels that are like all multicolored and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
They look really good. And then, but the filling, you have a choice. There's probably like 30 or 40 different fillings. It's unbelievable the variety that you get. And to be honest, it's unbelievable the volume that you get of actual food in that.
It's America for you, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I was like, I felt like saying, just don't give me so much, please. So I think the first day I had I pretty much had a bagel every day for my breakfast because they were that good.
Yeah.
They were that good. So I had a bagel every day for my breakfast, and the first day I think I had bacon and egg on a bacon, egg and cheese on a bagel. But then because I was never hungry, I was always full. I was like, oh, I'm not getting anything like that. We'll just have cream cheese.
Yeah.
But there's the amount of cream cheese that you get. It was like, I'll tell you what, this isn't even working. We might have to have half a bagel here. But we never dropped it down there. We had a full.
Yeah, we do that tomorrow. We
do that tomorrow. But my favourite one there was a jalapeno and cheese.
Yeah.
Really good. And then there was a chipotle, or how do you call it?
Yeah, chipotle. Yeah.
So there was a chipotle one, and I think that was my favourite because when you do like jalapeno poppers, and you mix a bit of rubbing, or you do smoked cream cheese, you mix a bit of rubbing with the cream cheese, and then you smoke it. That is what the flavour was.
Right.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so.
They did look really good. They looked really good.
Really good. Really. And again, I think even the missus tried one called birthday cake.
I've seen that on the pictures.
Oh my goodness. It was ridiculous.
So what was in that then? That was cream cheese. So was that
cheese can be sweet or sweet?
Yeah, was that like, I was going to say, was that more like sort of like a cheesecake?
Like a cheesecake. Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable, honestly. With these little bursts of like sugar in because they had the little sprinkles.
Like hundreds and thousands. Yeah.
Really, really good. And then on the first full day, then we went over and we walked over Brooklyn Bridge, and there's a Times Square market there.
Yeah.
And there's this Bark barbecue.
Right.
So they're trying to sell like Texas barbecue, but with a Dominican twist.
Okay.
So really good. I had brisket. I had chicken. What were they called? I had brisket, chickaronis.
Oh, chickaronis. Yeah. Is that deep fried?
Well, the way that they did it was like smoked, burnt ends,
right?
Like because belly pork,
yeah.
But then deep fried it afterwards.
Yeah.
So you've almost got the squidginess of a burnt end,
but crispy around it.
With the crispy around it.
So when you buy it, is all that fat bursting out?
So it's like a really crunchy texture, but then the rest of it's
yeah.
It was good.
Yeah,
it's good. I've never had anything like that before. So again, it's probably on the list to recreate something.
I've tried making them, and they've been okay, but they've not been how. But saying that, I'm only going off what I've seen on like YouTube and stuff. So I don't know whether maybe
I'm not sure how you do them, to be honest, because I don't know how.
I did exactly what you did. So I smoked them.
That's how they're supposed to be.
And then deep fried them.
But I don't know how you'd get that really ultra crispy skin, but also the bottom really squidgy stuff. I don't know whether whether your skin would crisp up well enough after it's been in the smoke for 3 hours or so.
Maybe it's something we'll have to do next time from the shop.
It's just something I want to think about, really. So there was that.
Because you see them with the long ones of them, and they dip it in guac.
Do they?
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
They'll have like one like that, and it's like they just dip it in guac.
Like a finger.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, the brisket was absolutely banging. There was that. We had another one that come on it was almost like a toast made out of plantain.
Okay.
Like a bit of a bread made out of plantain. That was really good. With chopped up meat on top of it. Again, the whole thing, and it had like a mustard barbecue sauce, and it was really good. I spoke to the owner, and the guy was really nice. I spoke to him, and that he showed me like a smoker and stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool, to be fair. So we went over to there, and then done a lot of touristy stuff during the day, and then that night again we weren't that. Again, it's really hard to get hungry because the portions are huge. So
you're having massive bagel, all that meat for lunch.
Well, this is the thing.
The only way you could do it is like if you ate dinner really late every night.
Yeah, well, we did. We tried that. Yeah. We couldn't, like, but we were walking, like, I think the whole, like, the four nights we were there, 4 days, 4 nights we were there, I walked 50 miles.
Yeah.
I walked an obscene amount of miles. So I burned it off, like, so whatever I was eating, I was burning off anyway.
Yeah.
So that night we said, like, we'll go and find an Italian. So we went to this one called Monte's Trattoria. Again, I really would like to have, like, bits of starters and mains and stuff like that, but to be honest, I just couldn't. I couldn't, to be honest. I couldn't. So all I could have was a main.
Right.
They give you a few breads to start with, and then we had this, like, a main, which was like a tortellini.
Yeah.
Filled with, like, spinach and ricotta with a creamy sauce. Again, I don't know why, but whenever I go Italians, I always pick that.
Right.
I always pick that every time because I think a filled pasta is, like, there's a little bit more skill to it.
Yeah.
So I always end up picking that. So we had that, and then going in the next day, we had a bagel for me breakfast.
It's not learned.
I couldn't. I just need this. Like,
I wonder what's making me that full. Maybe it's all this bread and cream cheese.
Nice, like, but they're dead good. So then we were like, no, we'll go to Cats.
Yeah.
So we went to Cats, and we got there at like 1 o'clock. Maybe a bit early, it might be 12:30, but the line was ridiculous.
I was going to say, did you have to queue?
Oh, mate. It was like, there was a lot of queuing in New York.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I enjoyed that.
There
was a lot of queuing, and I just kept thinking, like, why am I queuing?
It's like a massive tourist attraction though in New York.
Why am I queuing? And I'm like, I kept saying, like, I sat and I kept saying to Rebecca, this better be good, like. It's better be the best pastrami I've ever had in my life because I'm queuing.
It's better be good how your birthday's cancelled.
It was getting a bit annoyed. I was thinking, this is like a 1 hour queue. Oh. So you get in there into Cats and you can have a Reuben.
Yeah.
Or you can have just the meat on the bread, on like a rye bread. Or you can have corned beef.
Yeah.
There's a few different bits you can have. But I mean, for me, if I'm going to something like that, I'm having a Reuben.
Yeah.
I'm having a Reuben, mate.
Yeah.
And while you stood there, it's like you say, I can have a Reuben, please. There's like 10 meat cutters, they call them.
Yeah.
And you go in your line. So you say, I go into that line. So you stood in this line. And you get to your turn, you say, I can have 2 Reubens, please. And he cuts up half a full pack of brisket. He gives you something to try as well while you stood there. And I'll be honest, it's the best pastrami I've ever had, to be fair. Now, I like to make pastrami, but I always skip the steam instead.
Yeah.
I always just smoke all the way through.
Yeah.
Because I always quite like the smoke flavour and I like the texture. It's a little bit firmer.
Yeah.
However, mate,
I think that's that I mentioned to you about
it wasn't salty or anything. It was just perfection.
Yeah.
It was cooked really, really well. But then you have this like quarter of a cow on a sandwich.
Yeah.
And then you have 6 or 7 slices of cheese. The most sauerkraut you've ever seen in your life. Yeah. They've got Russian dressing on it. Pickles come on the side.
You didn't need to.
We could have shared one.
Yeah.
We could have 100% shared one. And I'm picking up trying to eat it. And Rebecca just went, I need a knife and fork. Like, she just went, I'm just trying to pick it. I'm just going to pick out mine. Like, but again, I come out there and is it worth the 1 hour wait? It was like, yeah, 100%. It was.
What was the price point like at the...
I thought it was quite expensive, like 30 quid a sandwich, you know.
Was it? Yeah, it's too much for me then.
Part of me like said afterwards, like we were talking afterwards, and it was like, why did he need to, like, I'd rather him charge 15 quid and not give me as much.
Yeah, maybe the trick is, why do we just get one?
I would, if I was in New York eating breakfast and dinner and stuff like that, lunchtime and breakfast, I would probably always have everything.
Yeah.
I was just walking around bloated the whole time I was there. So again, that night then, we weren't that hungry, so we ended up going to Zillion's Pizza, which is just around the corner from Times Square. And I tell you what, it was absolutely banging, mate. It was really, really good. We got 2 slices of pizza, which was, I mean, when you say a slice of pizza, it's
like a whole piece.
The size of my face.
Yeah.
It's massive. So we had like a pepperoni one, because we had a bit of a plain one with a bit of pepperoni, and we had like a buffalo chicken one.
Right.
Oh, mate.
Good.
Yeah, best pizza.
Was it deep pan or thin?
No, it was like thin.
Just like standard?
Just a standard pizza.
Yeah.
You know, like the huge ones.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
I don't know how many inch, like, but
yeah.
They were massive, like, and they have them all cooked in the counters, and all they do is they take so many slices off and put them back in.
Yeah.
Obviously just rewarm. But they were banging, and for the price of it, like, it was like 3 or 4 quid a slice.
Right.
It were really reasonable. I thought New York was quite expensive, but only because the pound and the dollar is so that's what we are on day 2, man. Day 2. So day 3 then, again, as I thought, I had a bagel again, like I couldn't help myself. I had a bagel. Couldn't help myself.
There's a theme here, mate.
I know. They were like,
what is it that's making me feel dead full?
that was one of my complaints afterwards.
Day 5, I realised.
Why did he just give me so much food? Like, I'm one of them, like, if it's on my plate, I'm eating it. I'm eating it whether I'm full or not.
It tastes good as well. You're going to eat it.
Thing, like, and Rebecca's like, oh, I don't want my little bit. Do you want this little bit? I'm like, oh, another flavour. So, yeah, I had another bagel. And again, we'd done a lot of touristy stuff. And near to one of the touristy stuff was one of these viral pizza things called Mama's Tim.
Right.
So we had 3 slices from there for lunch. But they were the square ones.
Yeah.
The square, the deep pan.
Yeah, like Chicago.
Chicago type ones. 2 of them were really good. There was one that was like called Angry Nonna, which was like had all, it had like pepperoni and hot honey and stuff.
Right.
And then there was another one with like a vodka sauce on it.
Right.
Again, both were absolutely banging. And then we had a third one, but I didn't really rate the third one. There was just a flavour that I didn't like. But again, that could just be personal preference.
Yeah,
but it was just a flavour that I didn't like.
What flavour? What was it? Can you remember?
So it was supposed to be like a buffalo. I mean, for me, that pizza just had a real oily taste, like like burnt oil almost.
If they put buffalo sauce on it, buffalo sauce got sugar in it, maybe it burnt.
It was just I just didn't like the flavour. The flavour of the buffalo sauce for me it wasn't. I mean, I quite like buffalo sauce as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't like that one. So again, we were supposed to try and have a light lunch, and I ended up getting 3 slices of pizza, but to share between us. But I mean, this is the problem. They're flaming huge. But I just wanted to try different things. You know what I mean? I was just like, I want to try different things.
This is literally having your cake and eating it.
I know. And then we had a steak restaurant booked that night,
right,
for like 7:30, and it was like 7 o'clock. We were like, I don't even want to go. Just too full again.
Yeah.
So we went to the steakhouse, Gallagher's Steakhouse. It's quite a famous one.
Yeah.
They've got like, you want to see, I reckon 100 grams worth of meat.
Right.
Aging.
Yeah. Got their own fridges.
But it's on show.
Right.
Have I shown you the picture?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's honestly, it's outrageous what they've got in there, and in that dry ager. Show you now. That's the front window.
Yeah, it's bigger.
Look at how many in there.
Yeah. How many they must sell though?
But look at that, how many?
To have
how many
shelves?
How many shelves is there?
Yeah.
And then to have each one of them shelves stocked full.
Yeah.
With everything from tomahawks. So we went.
Beef's a lot cheaper there, though, isn't it? Beef's cheaper in America than it is here.
So we went there, and I thought I can't have a starter or anything again. I'm gonna just take my main because I'm not even hungry.
Yeah.
And I went, and I heard people around me like ordering half sides. I'm thinking, what the hell's a half side with its all? I mean, what's a half side? Half side. I'm like, no half sides on this table, man. So the server comes over, and I said, right, how big's like because they don't come with sizes. They're just like,
Is it that weight?
No, they just like, it's just on there. Bone and sirloin, 70 quid.
Right.
Porterhouse to share.
Yeah.
75, 80 quid each.
Right.
Like £80 each, 75, £80 each. So I said to him, like, what's the sirloin? Like bone and sirloin. I thought that quite nice. And he went, it's about 18 ounces, they're quite small. And I'm like, 18 ounces? And he's like, yeah. What about the porterhouse? And he's like, 50 ounces or something like that. And I'm like, I'll have the porterhouse, please. So I went with the porterhouse, and then I was like, we'll share 2 sides. I said, we'll share 2 sides. We've got some chips, we've got some cream spinach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know why everyone's having half sides. What on earth? Like, this steak was so big. It was dead thick. It was massive, but cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
Cooked to perfection. So it was really good. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, that picture was like, that just looks insane.
Cream spinach. I mean, you can see how big it is.
Yeah.
The plate was about this big.
Yeah.
Well, porterhouse is like, it's the
And the cows there are bigger, aren't they?
But you only get a couple of porterhouses off a cow, don't you? Because it's the back end. It's the bigger bit of the T-bone.
Because it turns into some. What is the other?
T-bone.
Yeah. It turns into T-bone. Yeah.
Once you've had the first 2 or 3, it goes to T-bone because then you get a smaller bit of the fillet and everything. Yeah. So this was massive. Again, the cream spinach was good. The chips were banging, but again, huge portions, and we were struggling. We were struggling to eat it, even though it was amazing. We were struggling to eat it. So yeah, really
doggy
good.
bag.
No, I know I powered through. I I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving it. And I had. Do you have a steak sauce in America?
Steak sauce.
Like tomato ketchup.
Yeah.
But their own steak sauce.
Is that like what they do at Hawksmoor? They have gentleman's ketchup.
It will be.
Have you seen that?
So it's like, I don't know how to describe it now.
Has it got a zing to it?
I thought it was like gherkin ketchup.
But it's the same.
Like a pickle ketchup.
Yeah, that's like.
But it's bright orange.
Well, this isn't orange.
This was
it's like a brown.
This was bright orange, and this is because I sort of said, "You get can you order a sauce or anything like that?" And they were like, "Well, it might be like a brown." I thought it was more like an orange. That. So can you see the amount of chips on that there?
Yeah.
That's a mound that like.
Yeah, like proper.
I just felt like I don't need. So, but there's like 200 odd people in that restaurant, and to sort of cook that on an open fire, because they do it over hickory wood on an open flame. To cook it and to consistently get it like that good, I thought it was quite impressive.
Imagine how many the cooking, like you said, it's like 200 people. Like, that's every night. So how many of them? So it'll just become second nature, won't it? Locking them out.
I just don't know how you get them to the right temperature, and everyone people they do ask you how you want it. By the way, you can have it medium rare. You can have it however you want it.
Yeah.
And my missus likes hers more medium, so I was nearly crying when I said I just said to the guy like, medium please, because medium please because she likes it medium. and then it come out like that.
Did it?
Get it.
The chef probably went, no.
Come on, medium rare.
Did she eat it though?
Yeah.
Did she enjoy it?
Well, because it was we asked for medium, so she must believe it's medium.
Yeah.
There was no it was well rested.
Yeah.
It was really well rested.
Did she enjoy it?
Yeah, she enjoyed it. Said it was really good. The only slight complaint I'd have, I say it's slight complaint, sometimes when stuff's grilled direct, you can sometimes get like a bit, like, I don't know what it is, right? You can get a bitter taste from like where the grill marks and stuff are, but I don't think you get it at the start. So it's only when you have so much of it, I think it starts building up the flavour. Just in my personal preference, but maybe. I thought it was banging. To be fair, there was some of the pieces were a little bit charred and a little bit bitter, which sometimes can be a bit much for me. But again, that's
you're gonna get that though, aren't you?
If you go on direct,
when you're cooking direct over fire,
got no choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was bang on. And then I mean, the next was pretty much my last day then.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a bagel for my last day.
You learned.
No, I didn't. No.
He's still full of steak.
Well, what I said was, did I have a bagel? Actually, I might have even had a bagel, actually. I can't remember. I think I might have. had a bagel. Well, anyway, I can't remember if I did or didn't. But this was about 10, 11 o'clock. 10, 11 o'clock, we went into one of these traditional New York diners. And in this diner, and I'm looking at the menu and I thought, I can't decide what to have. Do I want like bacon and eggs or do I want pancakes? I've not had pancakes, so I thought, I really want some pancakes, but I really want bacon and eggs. But one of the menu was like $15, I think it said it was, right? And it's you get both.
Right.
So I'm thinking, sound, get a bit of both. One pancake, one egg, bit of bacon. Oh no, here come on 2 plates, 2 breakfasts. And I was just like, what is going on here? Like, I mean, that's all right. But I was just like, what is going on? Look at this now. I'll show you this now.
So there's no New Year, New Me in New York?
Oh, God, no way, mate. So,
yeah.
2 breakfasts at me.
Yeah.
It's 2 full breakfasts.
Yeah.
3 pancakes, again, size of my face.
It's massive as well.
They were huge, mate. You think the size of that plate's like that?
Yeah.
The pancakes with that, they were massive, mate. And I just was like, look how many slices of bacon there. Like, in the UK, you get 2 measly slices and an egg.
And they're massive eggs as well.
Mate, it was unbelievable. Again, very nice. We had a bit of a walk after that.
Walk it off.
Walk it off, yeah. And I don't think we had then after until, I mean, we were just before halfway home. We did a bit more shopping, and we had a couple of beers in this Irish bar, and then it was pretty much time to go home, or nearly time to go home. So we said, look, we're gonna grab something to eat. We're walking down the street, and we ended up in this shop called Pepper Palace.
All right.
Which is like, apparently, like it's like a chain all over America, and they do all their own rubs and sauces.
Right.
But what I found was quite refreshing. I walked in and it's like floor to ceiling of all different types of rubs, all different types of flavours, anything you could imagine. But then what they do is they bring the trolley out and they let you taste everyone.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I'll just have this and I'll have this. I tried loads and I'm just like, what is going on here? Honestly, I spent 80 odd quid in there on rubs and sauces. I'm like, what am I doing? Proper catfish.
80 quid.
God, mate. 80 quid. I was just like, I don't even know what I was doing. If you get another one, you get 2, 3. Oh, yeah. I was just like, yeah, as I said, I ended up, I think I've got a picture of the ones that I got. I was just like, so I got chocolate habanero pepper sauce. So chocolate habanero pepper sauce. Yeah. Again, I was quite surprised that normally when you say like chocolate habanero or something like that, you don't get any chocolate flavour or anything like that. Or, you know, the second one I got was a hot mango habanero hot sauce.
Yeah.
You actually, you got the flavour coming through of the other ingredient. Normally they just say it, start.
Yeah.
You just get the flavour of hot sauce or sweet hot sauce or something like that. So I got them, and then I got like a buffalo wing sauce because it was really nice and like a thick one.
Yeah.
I quite like a thick buffalo wing sauce. So I got that, and then I ended up with the rubs. I got a brisket rub, which I used at the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, really peppery, really salty. Not much else in it than salt, pepper, maybe a bit of paprika, but just for a bit of colour, but really nice. I then got a raspberry chipotle.
All right.
And again, you could like, when you're eating it, you could taste like the chili, the flavour of the chili, but then you got like a really strong raspberry flavour.
Right.
So however they've done it.
Well, in America, they're not fussed about E-numbers and all that.
Oh yeah, well, whatever they've done, it was good. Like
that's it.
When I got a lemon pepper one. Yeah. Again, it just tastes really good, like lemon and pepper. And then I got a maple chipotle again. Like maple syrup and chilies. It's like what?
You love
spice anyway.
Yeah, you love all that kind of stuff.
Well, that leads me then, after my little trip to Pepper Palace, it sort of leads me into my final food of my trip to New York.
Okay.
And I went to Dave's Hot Chicken.
Right.
So I don't know, everyone's raving about it, aren't they? I mean, it's in London at the moment. Started off in a little car park in Hollywood or something, and it's like took the world by storm. Basically, they've sort of like franchised Nashville hot chicken.
Yeah.
Like if anyone's ever had proper like Nashville hot chicken with pickles and stuff, the flavour is outrageous. I always think it's bang on.
Yeah.
You know, the sweet oil, like sweet chili hot oil that they put on the top with the sauce and then the pickles. I absolutely love it. So I went there, and you walk in, and there's a scale from mild to hot to very hot to Reaper.
Right. What'd you go with?
Well, the missus went for hot. The missus went with hot because we're flying in the next 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been to anywhere where it says it's hot or says it's Reaper and it's actually hot.
Right.
Like never, ever. You know, people say like they advertise Zinger as being hot on KFC.
Yeah.
So every time I've ever been to anywhere, and you buy hot sauce in the UK and it says Reaper hot sauce, and it isn't anywhere near it. It's rubbish. So I went and said, well, I'll just have the Reaper. She said, would you like a drink? And I said, no, I'm all right. I've just literally come out of the pub. I'm not fine, thank you. So in America, they sometimes give you like receipts to sign.
Right.
So to give me this receipt, well, what I thought was the receipt, you have to sign it and give it them back normally. So I signed it. I took my copy back, and I sat at the table. I read the receipt, and to my horror, it wasn't the receipt. It was a waiver.
Jesus.
And it said in the waiver, you know, could cause heart attacks, strokes. Fucking strokes.
Have a nice day.
could cause a stroke, and I'm thinking, I've got to fly in 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm quickly Googling it on like Reddit and stuff, asking like, how hot is Dave's Reaper hot chicken? And people are saying, oh, it's hit and miss, it's not that hot. And all this. And I'm thinking, all right, yeah. But then some people are saying it's like hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh no, this is not what I should be doing like 2 hours before my flight. But I thought, I'm in that, innit? I've done it now, innit?
Melt, you'd be right.
Unlucky, I've done it.
Mm.
Oh yeah. When they say it's not hot, or when they say it's hot, I mean, it's outrageous. I mean, I think it's the third hottest thing I've ever eaten. Third hottest, and I love spicy, like spicy foods. This was the third hottest thing I've ever eaten, and Rebecca was looking at me saying, "Are you all right?" And I had tears streaming down my face. I'm not joking. I was like, "This."
Did you keep eating it?
It was. Of course, there's no way I was being defeated. So I ate it, and then absolutely regretted it.
Oh.
I was like, "What am I gonna do?" I just thought, what am I going to do? And there was like a shop round the corner, like a Target shop or Walmart or whatever. So I went in there. They had no small milks left. So I had a big one. I was like, oh, I'll have to go to another shop. So I went to another shop, and they only had like the Leo ones. So I just thought, I'll just have a Leo one. So I walked around New York with a little milk. I'm just looking right where my absolute stomach, everything. I was in agony. I couldn't believe it. And I'm starting to get snappy.
You got to start listening to the little voices in your head that say,
I do shit. Like, Rebecca was like laughing her head off, and I was getting really annoyed because I thought, what have I done to myself? It's not even funny. I've got to get on a flight in a minute. So yeah, I all the way home, my stomach was churning. I was just like, my stomach was in actual pain all the way home. On like a 7-hour flight home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if I don't make? What if we have a stroke? What if I don't make the flight?
What if we have a medical measure, get diverted to Ireland?
It could happen again on the way home. So yeah, I really did regret it, but fair play, like, for the disclaimer and that. They did try and warn you, obviously, but fair play to Dave's. It was ridiculous.
That was not for listening.
Yeah, probably.
So if you could pick one, what was out of all them? Because you ate in quite a lot of places there. That time you were there.
I did it on purpose. Like, I made an itinerary and I was going to these places.
Yeah. If you could go back to New York tomorrow for one meal, and it was one of them places, where would you go?
I really struggle because I cook all the same things, so like, I think I can cook all them things. Maybe not as good, but I could do a pretty good job. So Kat's pastrami was absolutely banging. Zillion's pizza, I don't think my pizza was as good as theirs. Theirs were fucking really good, to be fair. Like, I thought theirs were pretty good. Kat's, Zillion's. Again, Lost Tacos is really good. I mean, I can't decide, mate. They're all really good. Like, they're all really good, but I can't decide because, again, I think I cook loads of like tacos and.
Is there anywhere that when you were there,
again, that
you wish you went to that you didn't?
No, I pretty much picked my list and
what it was. Yeah,
I picked my list and I wanted to go in Italian. Like a proper New York, where they've got like all the pictures on the walls and like Sopranos vibes. I wanted to do that, and then again, barbecue's not really synonymous with New York.
No.
So it was just when I seen this and I seen what they were doing, and they were doing all beef ribs and they were doing all this. I just thought I'm having a bit of that. Like, I'm not, if it's on offer, like I'm going for it. Like, So I find it really hard to pick because I feel like I'm quite a confident cook.
Is there anything there that's inspired you to have a go?
Anything there that's inspired me? Yeah, some of the barbecue, some of that's inspired me. Like the mustard sauce was just so good with everything.
No.
And the chickaronis or whatever they're called, that was really good. The way that they got the texture and the chewiness, the softness on the bottom and the crispness on the top. The bagels were so good. I mean, again, that's inspired me to have bagels for my breakfast, but just not put a full tub of Philadelphia on it. I don't know. I can't. I struggle answering it. Dave's Hot Chicken. I'll be going again in London, 100%, because it was probably.
You're gonna see if
well, I won't be having the Reapers. I'm not doing it.
You can see if the British Reaper is the same as the American Reaper.
Well, I don't think it will be, but I'm not even going to chance it.
Not going to take the risk.
No, because no, I'm going to have.
Just say, is there a disclaimer?
I'm going to have very hot. I'm going to have very hot. I'll just tone it down one, or maybe even hot.
Yeah. Go hot and then think, well, is that hot enough for me? And if not, then you can go back up. Rather than have another negative experience, go with one that you know is going to be positive.
It was still good. I mean, I had it all. Chips were nice as well.
Just bring a carton of milk with you next time.
It was still really good. It was still some of the best fried chicken I've eaten, but just too hot. That was all. Like, good fried chicken.
Yeah.
I love, I love fried chicken. Yeah. I love good fried chicken.
So all in all, good trip?
Good trip. For me personally, as I said earlier, it was really similar to London for me.
Yeah.
It was just so similar to London.
Yeah.
It really was. It was just so... I've worked a lot in London. I've took the kids around sightseeing in London a few times. Just give me the same vibes, really.
Right.
Again, like, people love Brooklyn Bridge, and you see them there was like hundreds of people taking photos, and I'm just looking at it thinking, well, that's just a bridge.
Yeah.
Like,
I think New York is somewhere that
you've got to go.
I probably will go at some point, but it used to be quite high on my bucket list.
You've got to experience it. The buildings, I mean, it's quite breathtaking when you walk through and that you first get there, and every building is absolutely massive. The smaller ones are like 30 stories.
Yeah.
And again, like the Statue of Liberty, you'd be really surprised, but Statue of Liberty isn't even that big.
No,
it's quite small,
Yeah, I think because I've never been to the States, so I think New York for me was like the number one want to go destination for me. Yeah, but to be honest, I think now it's not. I think it's probably Austin.
Well, I'm thinking of booking something, but I've got to sort of see, because I can't take the kids for 2 weeks to Texas for their summer holiday. It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Right, I've said it before. We should just do it as a podcast trip.
We should, mate. Honestly,
we'll reach out to some pit masters and just do a week.
I'd absolutely love it. Well, to be honest, what we're looking at the moment is you can actually do cruises out of Texas.
Yeah.
There's a place called Galveston.
Right.
I think it's Galveston. However you pronounce it, I'm terrible at pronouncing things. And out of there, it costs about £400 or £500 per person, and you can cruise 6 days. You can go to like Grand Cayman and like Mexico and some of the places around there.
Yeah.
And then come back. So you could go. We were looking at maybe splitting, having a couple of days in Austin, a couple of days in Houston, and then going and doing that in the middle, so at least the kids have a holiday as well.
Yeah.
That is my thoughts anyway.
I definitely want to do it.
I'm desperate to go, but I wanted to do is I wanted to go to New Orleans and then just go to Texas, do a few places in Texas, and then Route 66, Albuquerque, Las Vegas, California.
See, I'm not bothered about Las Vegas.
I just want to see it.
I'm not really that bothered. I've never been that bothered.
No, I'm not like...
I've got mates who they've been on a few stag do's and stuff. I never went, and it was just like, I just like... I don't know, maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy now, but I just can't be. I can't be. I want a comfy chair and decent
barbecue.
And decent food.
Decent barbecue.
And a few beers, and I'm happy.
So yeah, that was it really. That was my trip really.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds like you ate a lot, mate.
I did, mate. Yeah. That was my thing. If I could give a tip to any New Yorkers, just give people less food.
Yeah.
Because you pay for it though. It's not you don't pay for it, but I spent a fortune.
Yeah,
I spent an absolute fortune, mate.
Can imagine.
But I don't know. I don't need that amount of food.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they say that, don't they? Everything in America's bigger. It's excessive.
Yeah, I didn't see loads of fat people though.
Well, you were in like a touristy place. It's probably more tourists that you're seeing than locals.
It was, mate. Yeah, it was full.
That's the thing. It's like when you go to London.
It's full of tourists. We did all like the touristy stuff. Empire State, top of the Rock, Rockefeller Building.
Yeah.
I even got a picture in Trump Towers.
Very nice. Very nice.
Got a Trump bottle opener. They even did caps with like Trump's hair on and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get one.
Make America great.
Well,
Make America great.
All that t-shirts and stuff. I didn't get anything. Funny though.
But yeah, right. Well, it sounded good. I'm a bit jealous. Let's go. So we'll be booking the podcast trip. Anyone wants to join?
Yeah.
Indeed. I'm gonna have a look into it. I'm gonna see. I reckon flights. What are you looking at? Flights? Probably looking at about £800 return, aren't you?
No. Well more.
You think?
I've priced the whole thing up now. I've got the whole pricing thing here.
Have you?
Yeah, whole thing, £7,000 all in.
What's that for?
£7,000 all in, flights and accommodation, and the cruise.
Oh yeah, not the cruise.
Yeah, but flights £3,500.
How's flights £3,500?
That's for 4 people.
Oh right, yeah. So what did I say?
£800 a piece. So it's probably a bit more, about 900. So
yeah. I'm still going to try and do it this year.
Because I looked at doing I looked at going. That's what I'm saying. I had it down for 5,700, and it was flying to Austin, stay for 3 nights, drive 3 hours to Dallas to Fort Worth, and Fort Worth, stay for 3 nights there, drive 11 hours to Albuquerque, stay 2 nights there, drive 8 hours to Las Vegas, again because it's Grand Canyon and all stuff like that, stay for 3 nights and just see a bit around there, drive 4 hours to LA, and then stay for 3 nights and then fly back to London.
Yeah.
Flights were 4,000.
I'll go to LA now, right?
No, flights were 4,300. It might be by next year.
I don't think so, by the looks of it.
Well, flights were 4,300. You're flying from different airports.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's taxes or what, but the whole thing was just under $6,000, and that's not including car or anything, so it's not cheap.
Yeah, that's a family holiday though.
That's the thing.
I'm not thinking of family holiday.
I'm just
going
yourself,
barbecue joint.
It's not so bad.
Airbnb.
That's not so bad. But if you go with a family, it's real expensive.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Let us know if anyone's done it.
Anyone knows of any hacks or cheap ways of doing it?
Or if you live in Texas and you want to put 2 fat English folks up.
Yeah, man.
Get the bagels in.
Get the bagels in.
But yeah, anyway, it was a little bonus episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I purposely not asked you about your holiday because I thought I'm going to hear it all now. So it sounded.
Well, it was really good. As I said, I'm
off the bucket list now.
Off the bucket list, I might order some of that Pepper Palace stuff in future because you can buy it online. So I might order a few bits because again, it was pretty good.
Yeah. We'll have to have a play with the pastrami and steaming it.
Yeah, I want to try because you had like the real black colouring of the barbecue, but then it was just so tender and everything.
Well, I've been toying with the idea of getting so I'm converting the garage to have like a kitchenette area and a sitting down area for A, just because it's a garden room, and B, for when I do barbecue lessons, if the weather's naff, there's somewhere to sit. But we're gonna have a kitchenette at the end, and I've been toying with the idea of getting a steam oven.
Yeah.
Because you can get quite cheap now. They come out a few years ago. They were mega money.
My oven's got a reservoir at the bottom.
Yeah.
To inject steam into the cup.
Should try it. Anyway, we'll all get back to you on that. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy.